What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Y'all already know that I am excited to be back here talking to y'all, man. The reason why I'm checking this one this is a Jesse Lee Peterson joint, right? He's having a conversation with a gentleman by the name of David Pakman. I've never heard of David Pakman before. The reason why I'm checking it out is because David Pakman is not volunteering to leave the show like everybody else usually does. Jesse Lee Peterson is kicking him off. So I get to finally see Jesse Lee Peterson get upset. I've never got to see him get upset. He's usually calm, chill, relax, you know what I mean, and pissing everybody else off. So we get to see the tides turn on this one right here, and I'm excited about it. So let's go and check it out. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. And thank you, everyone, for all the hats and shirts y'all been purchasing. It's love, man. It's all love. Speaking of shirt, thank you, Sarah Honnold, for this shirt that I have on right here. It fits very well, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
You are a progressive. What does it mean to be a progressive? What is that?
It's for progress and against stagnation and a return to values that are outdated and irrelevant in modern society.
And what type of progress? Give me an example of progress.
The reduction in incredibly damaging economic inequality.
Okay, first of all, David Pakman, what's the issue, bro? What did I miss? You seem like you don't even want to be there. You don't even want to talk to him. It's like, clearly it's progressive. Progressive is being for the progress of blah, blah, blah. Then he asks you a follow-up question. You're like, how professional is that, man? Why even come to the show if you're going to be that way, bro? Seriously, why even come to the show if you're going to be that way? Let's have an adult conversation. How come every time Jesse is having a conversation with somebody, they look like they're ready to fight? They look like they're on super defense. Like, is he really the people on the low? Is he kicking you underneath the chair? Well, he can't do that because this is a virtual conversation. So what's going on, man?
The push for a basic level of health care for everybody, regardless of ability to pay. A push for an economy that is not going to allow the richest to become endlessly richer while the poor continue to be poor. I mean, there's a long list. I mean, I think, you know, the problem is.
Hold on. Is that the rich people fault? I just want to understand that. Please let me know. Is that the rich people fault that people are becoming more and more and more and more and more poor? That's a real question. Feel free to comment in the below, guys, if you have an answer for that, because I keep on hearing that, like that's the rich people fault or something.
Is that there's a lot. I'm not a Democrat, by the way. I've never been a Democrat. So if the idea is to get me to.
No, you are a progressive. So I'm asking about that. So let me ask.
Well, I didn't even finish answering the question. How long do we have? Because this is a very weird interview. We didn't even. I was trying to get you to tell me exactly what Trump had done to achieve those so-called achievements, and you moved on to the Democratic Party. It's a very strange interview. I've never experienced anything like it.
Well, that's the first time in life for everything.
It's a pretty weird interview, man. I haven't ever experienced anything like this before. He said it's the first thing. It's the first time in life for everything. My gracious, bruh. So, hey, it's about to get funny because listen. When somebody get an attitude with Jesse Lee Peterson, we already know the comedy starts. He know that he got him. The trolling starts. He know that he got him, and they're just gonna get madder and madder and madder and madder. I've never seen him piss off a white person though. I don't think I have. Did I? Have I? I don't know. Have I?
Let me ask. The military paid for so-called sex reassignment surgery. And our tax dollars are paying for it, even though we don't agree with that at all. Is
we
that
being who?
The conservative Christian people of this country.
Well, that's just a fraction of the population, right?
Is that progress when men are confused about their gender and women are confused about theirs, and now we're paying for it? Is that progress?
Are you a fiscal conservative, Jesse?
Answer that question, David. Is that progress?
Well, are you a fiscal conservative?
David, answer that question. Is that progress?
It's not an example of something that is or isn't progress. But the reason I'm asking whether you're a fiscal conservative
is it's cheaper
It's cheaper
David,
to
what would
pay
you
for
call
those
that?
procedures
Why-
than to
why did-
discharge, to find and discharge every transgender member of the military. So if you're a fiscal conservative, and I've
David.
heard you say that you are, you should favor the cheaper
Why do
option,
we have
which
this
is
guy
paying
back
for
on the
those
show?
procedures and not paying for what it
James.
would cost to find and discharge all
Hey,
those
David,
transgender military members.
David, you're not here to communicate. I really appreciate you coming on. I'm going to let you go. It's a waste of time to talk to you. We're not communicating. You're acting like an
No,
idiot.
because you're asking.
He said you're acting like an idiot, David. It's been nice that you had for you to be on the show. Thank you. Go ahead about your way. You know what I mean? We're good. You're acting like an idiot.
Bizarre questions.
You're
and not
acting
answering
like an
any of them.
idiot, and you're wasting my time. I appreciate
ad
you
hominem.
coming. All right, thank
an
you
ad
for
hominem,
coming.
so you know
Goodbye.
that.
Goodbye. Let him go.
Wow. So he really kicked them off. Hold on. There's more to it. Hold on. Don't go nowhere, guys. Don't go nowhere, guys, because there's a lot more to this video. And I've seen him back on the show, on the video. So, yeah, come on. Hang in.
That's a progressive vote. All men who are progressive, or males who are progressive, are weak people. They are weak people. And why have these people on? It doesn't even make sense. They don't come to communicate because they're too insecure. And David Pacman is a very insecure progressive. Real men are not progressive. Progressives, whatever they are. That's not the nature of a man. I don't even know why you guys invited that guy back. Amazing stuff. This is what has happened to the men of America today. Not all, but many of them have become girly men. Girly men. It's ridiculous. It's not progressive when the military is paying for a confused male or female. I mean, we don't know yet, was it a man who was put on a woman's body parts, or was it a woman who put on a man body parts and pretended to be something that they're not?
He made it sound like Mr. Potato Head. He made it sound like Mr. Potato Head, like you just pluck it off and just put it on that one.
The military paid for that, folks. Can you believe that? We are paying for it. The military is not paying for it. We are paying for it. So I just want to make sure you know out there that we had David Pacman on before, and I forgot that we had him on. My producer reminded me that we had, but I forgot that God can't communicate. He's a deceiver. He is part of the family of the children of the lie. So I never would have had him back on. It's a waste of time.
Did he say the children of the lie? Bruh, did you just now say the children of the lie? He is part of the family of the... Yo, that is hilarious. Is that his? Is that his saying? The children of the lie? I need to hear more about that. The children of the lie. Please let me know where that saying started. Did Jesse Lee Peterson start it? He said the children of the lie, bruh. The children of the lie.
My producer's here, James. Why did you have him back?
Because he's a, as you picked up on, he's like a lively debater.
Well, he's not a debater.
Well, I know, but in the sense that he is lively and very well-known, popular, respected in terms of being like a even
Respected
keel.
by who? The children of the lie?
Yeah,
Oh, respected by Satan's folks.
correct.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, like, he is a little different from them in that he seems to think a little bit more for himself. Like he doesn't.
He
fall for
doesn't.
I know, but he seems to.
But how you seem to? He didn't do it the first time he was on the show. He didn't do it just now. How to you he seemed to be different?
Because he definitely is different from them.
In
Because
what way?
He
He's
doesn't.
evil.
Yeah, but a different kind of evil.
The guy came on with the.
He said he's a different kind of evil. Hey, let me tell you something. This back and forth is absolutely hilarious. I don't know about y'all, but for me, This is funny. This is hilarious. And my man, the producer, look like he's I don't know. He look a little scared, just a little bit. Poquito, poquito.
The intent not to communicate, but not to be honest. He's an evil person. How is he different than any of them?
He is because watch. For example, the thing with Trump, he wanted to get his points through, and he wanted you to address those points.
But he wasn't interviewing me. I was interviewing him. But that's another setup where he set that up so he doesn't have to answer questions to tell the truth. That's not very bright.
And then you're right about the transgender thing. He doesn't see that as a progressive or non-progressive issue, I guess. And then he
does. He just didn't want to tell the truth about it.
Oh.
Yeah. He was jumping ahead to get you into a bind of, oh, I'm paying even more money to kick the transgenders out of the military.
I can't believe you brought that person back on here. Don't ever bring him back again. He's an evil person. He really is an evil person. And I'm surprised he even accepted, but he didn't accept because he wanted to come back and do better than he did the first time he came. I'm surprised. I don't understand it. I should fire you. Should I fire you? It was that bad. The guy was evil. You can just see that he was evil.
I'm glad that we did it because it demonstrated how he won't.
Did you see his straight face when he said, "I should fire you"? I should fire you. You never know when he's playing or when he's serious. If I was his producer, I'd be like, bro, I don't understand what's going on here. But hey, man, you got to be the gatekeeper, producer. You got to be a good gatekeeper, bruh. If you know that the person that's coming on the show ain't sugar, honey, iced tea, you got to make sure that you protect. You make sure that the man that you're working for is good, that he's not ambushed by some more nonsense, man. That's how it goes.
Really address you on your level on what you're talking about.
Because he can't be honest.
Right.
And I don't know what you mean by he jumping ahead. He refused to answer questions because he can't tell the truth.
By jumping ahead,
he was playing chess. He didn't want to answer your question because he knew that if he answered your question the way that you wanted, if he answered it, period, it would have made the people that he support seem wrong. So he actually volunteered some information to try to throw you off a little bit by saying, I'm not a Democrat, right? But everything that you represent is Democrat. But you want to separate yourself from Democrats. That's cool too. But everything that you're saying, you're representing the Democrats. But to him, he was doing that as a chess move. Then when you brought up the transgender thing, he brought up his own stance to try to flip it. Everything is like wrestling. He want to flip you and put you in a chokehold before you put him in a chokehold. People can't, honestly, Jesse Lee Peterson is correct. People should just be able to have a conversation, answer questions. That's it. Just answer questions. But people aren't able to do that because they already know that they're losing when they start to just answer the question. And to be honest, the way that I would love for us to start communicating, I don't want there to be any winners or losers. Like, what's the point of that? I don't think we're moving forward with winners or losers. I think that's dumb. I think that's childish. Like, everybody comes so defensive and everything. I support this. I support this. I support that. I'm being questioned about these things that I support. Let me answer them, because if I answer them straight up, then I'm showing you that I am confident about my stance, my position on the things that I support. But if I'm a pivot all the time and try to take you down first, then that is not me being honest at all. That's me pretty much trying to protect my own hide so I not be embarrassed by the people who also support the things that you're questioning me about. I got to let my people know that I am serving them well on your show. So if I just was to answer your questions, it's going to come off looking bad. because it just is. It just is to his people. But an honest conversation needs to happen. People are so daggone. Don't pick a position. Don't pick a side if you're ashamed of it. Simple and plain. That's why Antifa are masked up. They don't want nobody to see it. That's why on the last video, Jesse Lee Peterson was asking people about Black Lives Matter, and he asked this white lady about it. She was afraid to answer the question. Like, she was shook. She didn't know what to say. If I tell you the truth, then I might get attacked. Then why do you support a side that would attack you for simply being truthful? That makes absolutely no sense to me. That makes absolutely no sense. So support truth or not. And if you support the other side, then stand up and be a man or woman of your stuff.
I asked him about the transgender thing. He didn't answer that.
I know, he jumped ahead.
But that's not jumping ahead. That's refusing to answer a question.
I know. But he kind of did answer the question by saying it's not neither progressive nor non-progressive.
I didn't ask him about that.
You asked him if it's progress.
Right.
And then he said, it doesn't matter if it's progress or not progress.
Don't ever have that evil person back. That man is on the same wickedness as Barack Obama.
But you would have Barack on the show.
I would.
And it demonstrates.
See, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Y'all know, first black president. You already know how black people feel about him. He is bigger than Dr. King at this point. People don't even know what policies he stood for, what he represented, or anything like that. All we know is that he's the first black president. King Ding-a-ling of the White House. So we like, man, don't say nothing about Barack Obama. Don't you dare say nothing about it. And I'm talking about people on the left. I'm not, obviously not people on the right, because if people on the right felt that way, then Jesse Lee Peterson would be a fan of his, just like everybody else on the left. All right? So when you say something about Barack Obama, even though I'm starting to learn more and more, unfortunately, I still get that little, oh, he said something about the Obamas. He said something about the Obamas. He said something about the Obamas. It still hurt.
That they don't really communicate directly with you.
Yeah. Well, remember not to have him back there. Had I known it was him, I would have said no when you told me this David Patman guy was coming. But it's James' fault.
All right, so what y'all thought about that, man? Y'all let me know in the comments below. And please make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I am Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing per usual. Love y'all.